After the end of the series, do you reckon there's going to be another?
Maybe. People like it. People think it's really good, so...
Do you reckon there'll be like 3 series, 4 series?
Could be.
Could be like 20.
Could be 20 series.
Yeah.
Who knows?
It's quite interesting, actually, because you and Inka are from different places, but... Well, you're from, like, Oldham.
Mm-hmm.
Proud Brits, me and Travis are. Inka's from Finnish, is she? Yeah,
She's from Finland.
Like off menu, kind of like the next off menu, aren't they?
Yeah. We're kind of like the new off menu.
You know what you should do for an idea with you and Inka?
What?
Food.
An episode about food?
Yeah. It would be funny, like weird foods and weird sweets and...
That does sound like a good idea.
Yeah.
It sounds like an idea that we might have done already.
Wow. Have you already done it? Have you already done it?
Yeah.
Slam dunk!
Ma'am, can I finish? Dear God, let me finish.
Can I finish?
You certainly can. Welcome to Can I Finish? The podcast which wants to know how you really are.
We are the Frasier of podcast scene. How are you?
How are you? But how are you really? Is your mum alright? She's still got that thing going on with her toe? Well, is Auntie Vanessa still on the custard?
Have you had a call from the clinic yet?
Yes, and it's not good news.
Oh, so sorry for you and your loved ones.
Let's just say it's just going to affect me, so I wouldn't worry.
There is ointment for that, I think.
So I believe, yeah. Did you bring any of yours with you?
I'm all out.
My satchel is empty. Okay, so welcome to the podcast, Can I Finish? You know what we do by now. This is a cultural exchange between me, Travis Glossop, and...
Inka from Finland. Hello. I'm embracing the ralli-englanti.
I hear people say that. So you've got, like, Finns who speak English,
Yes.
and then Finns who speak rally?
Ralli-englanti.
So what is it? That just with an accent?
No, do you know the Formula 1 driver Kimi Räikkönen?
I do.
Well, think about the English he speaks.
Oh, not a lot.
I can't go to the right because I need to go to shit. That's the type of English. And we're proud of that. Good for him. And
Good
so
for
on.
him.
But I think some of us are, I think some of us Finns are embarrassed about Ralli-Englanti, but I say we should embrace it more. And Käärijä has made Ralli-Englanti even more famous than before.
Because the thing is, like, I can't differentiate between different Finnish accents. Mm-hmm. It doesn't, like, Finns are just Finns to me. Whereas if you hear someone from Britain, there is a whole truckload of accents you've got to deal with.
Do you know what I love?
What?
The Geordie Shore English. Banging birds, mint condition. I love that. So good entertainment. Oi.
Geordie Shore. We're absolutely shagging birds.
Getting me tan on.
I feel like, they did Jersey Shore first. And in America, and then they did Geordie Shore.
Yeah.
Like, imagine putting those two groups of people in one room. There'd be nothing left standing.
No, or be banging.
So much banging fists, banging of other instruments.
Fist bumping fist bumping bros.
There's so much hairspray in that room.
And fake tan. And
Yeah, it's
booze.
a completely flammable space. It's a real fire hazard. So, last time we were here, we talked about...
Can't recall.
I can't... What did we talk about?
Where was I last week?
Where was we
Who
last
are
week?
you?
I'm the pod man. I am the pod man. I am the walrus.
Oh, right.
Sorry. God, that was... I just blacked out for a second there. I don't know what happened.
I understand that this was a Beatles reference.
Yes, it was. Are you aware of them? The Fab Four? Just 4 bloody hell little lads from Liverpool.
With amazing haircuts. Yes, I heard of them.
Yeah, they're going to be massive.
Yeah, they were quite popular for a while.
Yeah, I think so.
Somewhere.
Yeah, I famously got into them about 3 years ago, so really at their peak. almost 60 years after they were at their most famous, that's when I decided to rock up and go, do you know what? These songs aren't half bad.
Yeah, a similar thing happened to me with Jimi Hendrix and Rolling Stones. I started to listen to them when I was over 20. I'm like, hey, some funky tunes.
Well, you're way more underground than I am because I've not even got there yet. So last time on Can I Finish, we obviously talked about homes. Homes, sweet homes. And a lot of people had a lot of thoughts. One of our tangents that we went on was that in supermarkets and railway stations in Finland and the UK, there happened to be a weird phenomenon for a very, very small amount of time. Fish in tanks that eat your feet.
Gross. And has nothing to do with homes.
No, but for some reason we ended up
went
there. We have heard from our Australian correspondent.
It's so good that we have this corresponder network.
Yes.
Around the globe.
Yeah, and turns out they're all way more intelligent than us, and they've got all the facts that we do not pursue.
That's so smart for us.
Absolutely. Courtney, who, on the topic of fish pedicures, says, I believe the fish pedicures stopped because they weren't super hygienic and could spread bacterial infections and things between people putting their disgusting feet in the same water as 50 other people.
What a surprise.
Like, who could have seen that coming?
Yeah.
But to be fair, I assumed, well, that you're in a shopping centre. Someone's done their due diligence and has checked that this is definitely safe for the population. She also says, most importantly, they would starve the fishes to make them hungry enough to eat the dead skin because that's not their usual diet. RIP to those use and abuse tiny fish. Now, I'm not 100% sure what RIP stands for, but I assume it's rest in ponds.
In this case, yes.
Yes, I thought so.
I feel bad.
I feel bad. If I'd have known that was happening, I definitely wouldn't have done it 40 to 50 times.
You're bad.
I wouldn't have had one installed in my own home. Do you know what I mean? If I knew.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of ponds, Inka, what are we talking about this week?
All right, this week topic is Into the Wild. Not a musical or the song that was popular a few years ago.
I don't know it, but I trust you.
We are talking about going to the forest.
Yes.
Foraging, picking mushrooms and berries, and being like together with the wild, the nature and stuff like that.
This feels like other than Torille, this feels like our most Finnish app yet.
It is.
This is going to be a bit of an education for me.
Yeah. Actually, did you know that 86% of this country is forest?
I mean, I didn't know the stats on that, but I feel when I've been travelling around the great land of Finland,
yes.
When you get out of Helsinki and you get out of Vantaa and you're like on the train going up north or whatever, you pass a certain point and then you don't really see anyone for quite a long time, and it is mainly trees. Yeah. So there is some. So what's your population? 5.5?
Almost 6 million, I think.
Almost 6 million.
I'm not sure. We can Google this, but we won't.
Nah, not today.
Somewhere between 5 and 6 million.
Yeah, and if you would like to tell us what the population of Finland is, can I finish at gmail.com. We do not do our own fact-checking, thank you very much.
We have corresponders to do that.
Yes, we've got a team of people across the globe who will do a simple Google search for us. Anyway, in that sort of 5 to 6 million people who live here, it's a big country. It's a big landmass for that little people.
Yes.
Anytime that I think about this, it's like there's that many people in London or whatever, and that's like a much smaller space. So
exactly.
What's in all the space then? Just trees, forests?
Well, yeah, and lakes, of course. There's a lot of lakes. But actually, about that forest mass, only approximately 10% of that 86% is forest without logging. What is the word? When you cut the trees and use the trees.
Logging.
Lodging
would be like staying somewhere.
Right. Logging or any other commercial use. So we use the forest a lot. And that 10% that is not used in a commercial way is like forest left alone.
Right.
But that 10% is like the highest percentage of Europe. Like any other country doesn't even have that amount of forest being left alone.
Oh, so you've got that much that you can afford to not touch 10% of it, yet it's still the highest amount in Europe.
Exactly.
Brilliant.
I think we could have more that we don't touch. Because
76% seems like quite a lot.
Exactly.
But so one of your biggest exporters is paper, or was paper, right?
Yes, I think so.
Is that still?
Please Google this, someone. I'm not into the paper or wood cutting business.
No.
I know some things about Pamela Anderson's life, but not about this fact.
Only the important stuff we know about.
Exactly. Finns often talk about suomalainen luontosuhde, which means our special relationship with nature. I think people mean that we can appreciate the wilderness and calm ourselves in the woods like that, or Finnish people are in some way in sync with the nature more than any other country. But the reality is we walk in and talk about forests that we've harnessed into something that benefits humans. And the forests are not for animals and plants to live their lives happily and peacefully.
There isn't as much of a relationship to nature. Like, the UK doesn't really have that, I would say. There's obviously, like, a large percentage of people who love going outside and love doing all that sort of stuff. I would say that's not my life. I come from, like, a industrial town. So, like, it's very grey, I would say.
Factory workers.
But yeah, factories, mills, and the like. There's not a lot of green spaces. But then, actually, when you get a little bit further towards Yorkshire, there's a place called Saddleworth, a selection of like little villages, and they're all very green and lovely, and like people are a bit more at one with nature there.
Right.
Sadly, not where I'm from.
What's the forest in UK like? Are there trees with leaves, or what's going on?
Yeah, there's trees with leaves. There is like large sort of wooded areas. It's a bit like the Forbidden Forest in the old wizarding world.
Right.
You're sort of swayed against going there because it's dangerous. There's things that can eat you, and like...
Is there?
Well, I don't know, and that's what I've been told. Are you telling me that there's not, and I've been scared this whole time?
No, I mean, is there like bears in UK?
No.
Wolves?
Big dogs?
Poisonous snakes?
No. Maybe there's some poisonous snakes. There might be a big spider.
Lynx? I don't
Africa.
know.
Doesn't matter.
I don't think there is animals that can eat you in UK forest then.
That is true. I'm not sure what I'm scared of. I'm starting to realise that maybe maybe I can't speak for the nation on this one, for once in my goddamn life. Maybe I shouldn't speak on behalf of an entire nation. Maybe it's just me that isn't into forest. But the thing is, I've been camping.
Yeah, that's good. That counts.
That counts, doesn't it? At school, people do this thing called D of E, Duke of Edinburgh.
Okay.
It's like an award. So you get D of E bronze, D of E silver, D of E gold. It's like all these different things, and you have to...
Isn't Duke of Edinburgh like a real title?
Yeah, it's...
Someone from the royal family is Duke of Edinburgh.
Yes. I can't remember which one. This is the...
Some of the kids, maybe?
No, it's got to be an old fella.
I think it's Andrew.
Duke of... Uh-oh. Prince Edward.
Oh, right, all right.
Oh, yeah. Harmless, lovely old fella.
All right.
Prince Edward. He's the Duke of Edinburgh, and he wants, supposedly, all the kids to go off into the forest, do some camping, make a fire, do like different knots. That's always seemed like to be a D&V thing. I never did any of it. They all liked it because they'd just like go into the forest and like the teachers would get drunk, like, and everyone would just have a fun time. But it always just seemed like, oh, you've got to do a massive hike, and I was like, no, I'd rather be in a park.
Have you camped in your adult life?
Only in the setting of like a festival.
Oh, have you been in those big festivals in Europe?
Yeah, Glastonbury, baby.
All right.
I'm a big Glastonbury boy. So I've camped there 3 times at Glasgow. 2015, 2017, 2019.
Oh, still recently.
Yes, I like that because there are a multitude of things you can get up to at Glastonbury. You can drink a brother's cider. That will be the rocket fuel, which means you can sleep through any sort of terrain.
I like that we are talking about into the wild. Let's talk about nature. And yeah, Glastonbury, baby. This tells people what kind of people we are.
Yeah, we're very different.
No, I am not a big nature person.
Oh.
I love picking mushrooms and berries, but that's it. I'm not a fan of camping.
Oh.
I don't feel like I need to go to the woods to calm myself down or use the forest as some sort of therapy or something. No. I can calm myself down on a sofa watching RuPaul's Drag Race. That's how I can live. I don't need to go out for a week and I'm happy. I don't need the outside world to function.
I like it when one of our mutual friends, Pepe, goes foraging for mushrooms because they once made a mushroom risotto from mushrooms that they had picked.
Yeah.
And holy S, that risotto banged. So I'm fine if people want to go out and forage, go and hunt, go and gather into nature so that I can be fed. I'm into it, baby. I'll send you out there while I hold fort. I'm the sort of guy who will sit on a big chair and people can go, Mr. Glossop, I brought you all the mushrooms and the berries. And I go, put them on the side with the others. And then,
so you want to be like a cult leader or something in the woods?
Now you mention in the woods. That'd be quite good. Yeah, I've always really, really wanted to go in a tree house.
I can see you sitting in a treehouse with a crown that you made of twigs, and you're there put it in the pile with the rest of them.
Now make yourself scarce. Bring me more. And it just sort of shoved my face full of blueberries. Like I'm something.
What a life.
What a life.
Anywho, talking about camping, did you know that in Finland we have this thing? In Finland we have this thing called everyone's rights.
Everyone's rights.
Everyone's rights. Have you heard of them?
No, I don't know what that means.
All right. You can in some way use or walk in forests and areas that doesn't matter who owns them. If you don't go to anyone's yards. You don't have to mind who owns that forest next door. You can pick the berries there.
Huh. Okay, I see. So everyone's rule means that the land is
everyone.
Everybody's.
Yeah.
But what about the people who do own it? Do they?
Good luck. No, I mean that you can't go to anyone's yards.
Right. So you can't go in someone's backyard, and if they've got like a little, I don't know.
You got a nice cow here. Can I milk it?
Oh, thank you, mister.
No, you can't do that.
Oh, right, okay. Good to know.
But if there's a random small lake, you can go fishing there. If you have the fishing permit, you have to buy it from the state, and so on. But it's cheap. And if there's a forest somewhere else, you can just go there.
Oh, that's quite good.
Yeah.
I think, do you know what? Thinking about it now,
Yeah.
the whole UK thing, because if you were to just hop into a field, you're in some farmer's field, and I think I was always scared of I don't know, being shot by a farmer for being on his land. Get off my land sort of thing. Where in Finland, it's come on, baby. Yeah, eat our fruit. Eat our fruit. And that's quite nice.
Okay. Hey, I went to picking mushrooms last weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was good.
What did you get?
Chanterelles.
Those are yellow.
Those are the yellow ones.
Yes.
Really good mushrooms. Now is their season.
Right.
And they're great because you don't have to prepare them in beforehand. Anyway, you can just cut them and put in a pan and make a sauce. But there are several mushrooms that you have to boil, for example, to make them eatable.
Because they're poisonous?
Could be.
Because they are
they are
hallucinogenic?
I know. There is a lot of a little bit poisonous mushrooms that you have to, for example, boil.
So I would like to say I have never been foraging for any sort of mushrooms, berries, or anything like that. I don't think I've ever eaten a berry off of a tree.
From a ground?
No. I don't know if I'm just a bit queasy.
What does that mean?
As in, like, I don't know if it sort of just makes me feel a bit... Ugh.
Why?
Because it's from the ground, and there's dirt on the ground.
But there really is not when you go to the middle of forest.
It's all dirt in the forest.
You mean dirt like dirty? Or dirt, just some, like, ground stuff?
Soil, mess, twigs, wood, leaves.
But that's good for you to eat something from the soil.
I was told when I was a child to not eat off the ground. And now you're telling me, oh, that's the nicest place to eat as long as it's in a forest.
Exactly. It builds your immune system to eat from the soil. You microdose like those. No, don't laugh at me. This is correct. This is one of those tiny things that I know. You kind of microdose your like when you eat something from the soil. Of course you get bacteria and etc. But you get it so little that your immune system is like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. I feel like up until maybe 5 years ago, I don't think I even ate a mushroom.
Really?
Yeah.
You're an interesting person.
I didn't like tomatoes until about 3 years ago.
You don't like what?
Tomato. Tomato. Sorry.
Tomato.
I left tomato.
Speak slowly to me, please.
Okay, sorry. I could eat tomato, but only if I couldn't see it. So it would have to be buried within some sort of like. What?
I need like this interlude tune for us about Travis is a baby mouth. A baby mouth. Something like fun that I can press a button and then that song plays. Please.
Travis is a baby mouth. A baby mouth. Right, we'll get that clean and I'll have that prepared for you.
Another thing.
Yes.
We eat false morel mushrooms here.
Okay.
And those are forbidden treats in UK.
Why?
They say in UK that you shouldn't eat false morel because they're also deadly poisonous.
But and you have them here.
Yes, and they are here as well, deadly poisonous. But we boil them 2 to 3 times, 5 minutes each time, and you can't smell the fumes boiling them. And then they are eatable. But they also cause symptoms to some people who are like sensitive to them. But yeah, I often think that like people who started eat false morel mushrooms, of course there was a reason, but probably people were starving on something. And every time I eat them, like, how many people have died during the history when I eat these?
I think you lot are. I don't know if you're brave or you're just like...
Stubborn.
I
think we're stubborn.
This isn't going to kill me. You're stupid. It's just a little mushroom.
Okay, 1 time boiling isn't enough. Boil 2 times maybe, then I don't die. Yeah.
Right, let's take a little break. Now, Inka, I'm very excited to tell you we've had a song written about us.
Really?
I've been keeping this as a surprise. I'm going to play you a little clip right now.
3, that's a magic number. Yes, it is. It's the magic number.
Do you get it? Because there's 3 of us. There's me, and there's you, and there's Robin. So that's a magic 3.
Good day.
Robin.
Please, right, I'm going to just say something to the listeners. Do not cut this out, Trav.
Yeah.
Listeners, please subscribe to this podcast, right? Because Travis needs more money to pay for me. Because the more money he makes, the more money I get. And you know that you're amazing listener. I'm basically a famous actor now. Should deserve a little bit of credit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of credit in you mean cash?
Maybe yeah.
How much do you think you should be paid?
For a podcast, maybe 50 quid.
50 quid?
Yeah.
Per episode?
Yeah.
Okay. That's actually not a bad deal. Maybe we'll talk. We'll talk contracts.
Yeah,
My
we
people
can.
will talk
we
to
can
your
haggle
people.
some. Yeah. We can haggle. I can text my friend. Don't worry.
Right. Is your friend your agent or manager or?
Oh yeah, she's my lawyer.
She's your lawyer.
Yeah.
How old is she?
She just turned
She's
10.
just turned 10 and she's
Yeah.
a lawyer.
Yeah.
That is incredible.
She's really good. When a girl
Really?
hit me on the back. Yeah. She was a good lawyer.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
I didn't know you could be a lawyer at 10.
And no, she's like emotional support over level. You know, the best thing about having a friend with ADHD is that they're actually a really good therapist.
Right.
Like, my friend, she has ADHD and anxiety. And you know what? Even though she's a bit different, she doesn't like the loud noises, she can't really. But she's a really good therapist. And she's quite funny, actually.
She a good listener.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Uncle Trav suffers with anxiety.
Do you?
Anxiety, depression, all sorts of different things.
Wow. Depression's really common right now.
Yeah, I mean, I've been dealing with it for years and years, Robin.
Depression? I didn't know you were depressed.
Well, that's because when I'm with you,
Yeah.
I'm always happy because you make me laugh.
Yeah.
But sometimes when I'm on my own or when things aren't going as well,
Yeah.
it can be really difficult. So
Yeah.
I have medication that
Yeah.
like helps me feel a bit better.
Yeah. Sometimes you're not always like fully depressed, but sometimes you can be like maybe depressed for a day or yeah, like stuff like that. But yeah,
Yeah, these things are like it's really important for talk to people. Yeah, and for especially for people your age.
Yeah.
To talk about these things because when I was a kid around your age, nobody ever talked about anything like that.
Yeah.
And it was really bad. So now if everyone is more open, then it's not weird that we talk about it.
Yeah. So in my school, in the office, we have 2 teachers, and it's called the pastoral support team.
Yep.
And they basically talk. So I have this thing called a worry book. Some people get them. It's not not everyone automatically gets them. I normally just draw in it. I haven't really wrote in it for a while.
But is it for you to write things that you were worried about?
Yeah, I guess. It's normally like what I'm struggling on, or
Is there anything you are struggling on at the minute?
I'm struggling on maths a bit.
Yeah. Maths is hard.
Yeah, so I just got a report card in, and you know what? I hate the clockwork. But guess what? I smashed it. Got a 5 out of 5 on my clockwork. Suck on that, listeners. That's what I thought.
Oh, you went from telling them they're really special to telling them to suck on it.
We bleep that out, Uncle Chap.
Welcome back to Can I Finish? The podcast that haunts you in your dreams.
When you're asleep in bed at night, here we come, through your window. We creep up to you while you've got your head on your pillow and we whisper, here's some information. Here's a silly little anecdote about berries.
Here, listen to me.
Got me at one side, Inka at the other.
Yes, now I will tell you about the moose.
Oh, you're awake, okay.
Okay, right. The thing that you actually should be afraid of when you go to the forest is ticks.
Ticks.
There's a lot of ticks here.
Do you know, during Johannes, the 2 years that I've been here for Johannes, I have been absolutely ravaged by mosquitoes.
Right.
And I got one really bad bite that we were worried was a tick.
Right.
I've never seen a tick. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what it does. And I had to go to the doctors. Kaiser was really stressed about it. And I was like, I'm sure it's just a bite.
No, it's a tiny bug that you can get that is so tiny that you can't really see it or you can't really notice it. It bites and sucks blood from you.
Why does it do that? That was horrible.
Why do that? You could just like Leave us alone, man.
little vampire bug.
They're vampire bugs. The head goes inside of you,
No thanks.
and you have to carefully, with tweezers, take it out.
Horrible business.
Exactly.
This is why I don't
Devil's
understand.
work.
Why do people want to go out there? It's nice and safe in here.
But then you have to like put your trousers into the socks and leave. I don't know what's called the end of your trousers.
I don't know what that's called either, but that was a fashion statement in the early 2000s in the UK.
It was here as well.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, tracksuit bottoms and socks.
Exactly. And then you have to wear like long sleeved shirts and stuff like that. Or you don't have to, but if you want to prevent the ticks, then you can do that.
I don't want to let them win. I'm like, look at me, come get me, and then I cry about it afterwards. Did I ever show you the picture of all those mosquito bites I had?
Yes, it was horrible.
I show it to everybody because no one can believe how bad it is.
It was bad.
The mosquitoes in Finland are like, oh God, he's so juicy, he's so delicious. Oh, and they go talk to their mates and they go, you see that one over there, the one with the stupid hair? Go and have a taste of him. He is gorgeous. And they come over and they...
Maybe you taste exotic.
I think it must be that. It must be all that gravy running through my veins. And they're just like, oh, all we get here is disgusting rye bread. Rye bread blood. And they're here, they got all sort full of all nonsense and a bad diet, and they're like, delicious.
Yum, 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 yum. Maybe you don't also have like a system against our mosquitoes. Maybe they're a different breed.
Yeah, probably. They seem stronger.
They were like cracking their knuckles when they saw you, like, come here. They also speak Rallienglanti.
Yeah, we could take him down. He's big but stupid.
Look at this himbo.
Let's talk about this. We're talking about going into the unknown.
Exactly.
Do you want to talk about where we went yesterday?
Oh, the Embassy of UK.
Yes, please.
What a wild ride that was.
That was wild. We received a very exciting email to canifinish@gmail.com. And yesterday we went on a little journey, which we documented the start of. So let's have a listen to that and then we'll talk about our day. Okay.
Some people live here.
Some people do live here. Travis Glossop, Inka Valama, checking in live on location. We're walking in possibly the poshest street I've ever been on in my life.
This is insane. In Kaivopuisto, the most expensive area in Helsinki.
Wowzers, trousers. There's a lot of greenery. There's a lot of nice cars. There's a lot of tall...
gates.
Of gates.
Which is not common in Finland.
We're on our way to, can you believe it, the actual British Embassy. Now, I have no idea what's going on.
They invited us for a coffee.
Yes.
I've been telling everyone that you think we are gonna get invited to Linnajuhlat.
Yeah, absolutely. I said last year when I witnessed my first one, I was like, give me 5 years, I'll be there.
It's the Independence Day celebration here in Finland. You get to shake the president's hand.
Handshaking.
And it's televised and we watch hundreds of people shake the president's hand.
It goes on for so long. And he has to have breaks to, like, moisturize his hands and clean them because of filthy celebrities.
So, yeah.
Anyway.
You think we're gonna get invited there?
Yeah, of course.
I'm sure we both are gonna get deported.
I don't think the British Embassy can do that to you.
They will find a way.
Listen to how genuinely nervous I am in that.
I'm also giggling in a nervous way.
I'm like heavy breathing, giggling away. There was nothing to be afraid of.
No, they were lovely people.
They were lovely people. Was that not the poshest and coolest place ever?
Yes. I don't think I've been poshier place.
No. We were served tea and coffee.
And delicious mushroom pies.
Was that what that was? I was too afraid to ask. It was delicious, though.
Yeah.
Little mushroom pie, probably foraged from the forest.
Probably.
And it was so nice. And there was a lovely man who came to give us these, like, drinks. And the milk was in a, like, silver jug
We
thing.
tried to steal them.
Yes.
But the people who invited us were laughing it off. They were like, "Yeah, this is a joke. We're not taking the spoons either."
I didn't say this at the time, but I was like, every time I go to a pub, I'm close to stealing a pint glass. So you
Right.
think I won't have a look at your china? I'll take it, baby. If my bag's big enough, I'll take your stuff.
You're that type of drunk.
And I wasn't even drinking yesterday.
Kleptomaniac.
We met with Sarah and Susanna. We had real high tea and some really good discussions. Now, I don't think I embarrassed us too badly, did I?
Well, not too badly, no.
No. Oh, a little bit?
Well, no, of course
No,
not.
no, we were fine.
We were really okay.
I am now got into a little bit of an idea of maybe I could become a diplomat.
Huh.
What do you think about that?
For what country?
Well, for the UK. But
Right.
so there are maybe Brits who will come to visit Finland, maybe even due to this podcast. I put a little poll on our last episode that said, if you've listened to this podcast, has it made you want to come and visit Finland? Mm-hmm. And resoundingly, yes.
Really?
There was no no's. People who listen to this from the UK want to visit here.
We're doing an important job then.
We're doing a really important job for Visit Finland.
We are like hyping Finnish tourism up.
Yeah.
We should get invited to Linnajuhlat.
Absolutely. But yeah, I think we're really close to getting there. But I like the idea of Brits come to Finland. I'm the one who welcomes them off the plane. And I'm like, hello, it's me. It's Trav, the pod man. Let me take you around town and show you where all the hotspots are.
Like there's ministries to different things. There could be diplomats to different things.
Yeah.
You could be the diplomat of fun
I
and
could
ice
be.
cream.
That's oh yes, the Department of Fun and Ice Cream reporting for duty.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty well known within our sort of combined friends that if anyone comes to a party at this here flat, they leave drunk. They leave having had fun.
Right.
So let me just spread that around town. I will boost the local economy. I can only see this going in a positive direction.
And I also like that you being searching for a job.
Yes.
Aim high. Like this is go there.
I'm going, do I want to work in a bar or do I want to be a diplomat to the Finnish government? Do we have anything else to say?
Go to the woods, please. It's fun.
Go to the woods, act responsibly.
Yes.
If you do go foraging, let us see your haul. Do you know, like on
What?
TikTok, how they do not hole, haul? You know, on TikTok, how you like people do like shopping haul. It's like, see what I got from from Gucci. Show us your berry haul. Show us your shroom haul.
I did a shroom haul.
Did you?
Yeah. I have to send it or put it in our TikTok.
Okay, that's very exciting.
Yeah. Surprisingly, a lot of bones.
Bones.
I found so many bones.
What? What sort of bones? That's really, really thrown me off. I did not expect you to say that.
I said this on the haul as well. If I'm being really scientific about it, I think they're animal bones.
Okay.
Probably animals. I hope.
Well, check that out. That's our TikTok. It is Can I Finish with 2 N's, you banana. Should we do a Buy Me a Coffee big up?
Do it.
Let's do it. Big up to Jay, who donated a coffee to us. Thank you, Jay. I like to imagine Jay sent us a flat white.
Oh,
Yep.
Isn't that an Australian thing? To drink flat whites? They're like, yeah, cowabunga, man, flat whites.
Cowabunga. No way do Australians do that.
Really?
I
I thought it was an Australian thing for some reason.
put another shrimp on the barbie.
In our upper secondary school book, English book, were these different accents, like examples of different accents. And in Australia, it says, I can't come your Barbie mate because me anchor bite is a crook. And I can keep saying it for like 20 years now because it's hilarious to me.
One more time, please.
I can't come your Barbie mate because me anger bite is a crook.
I don't even know what the second part of that means. I can't come to your bar because...
My ankle bites a crook. My children are sick.
Ankle bite. Oh my God, that's so funny.
It's so funny. There was also a joke. A soldier went to a hospital and said, "Did I come here to die?" And the nurse was, "No, love, you came here yesterday."
That's so stupid and I love it. Also, big up to Harry. Big up to Harry. A generous 3 coffees from Harry. Harry, I imagine, sent some Nescafe in a bag.
But three.
So
it's great.
Yeah. So
thanks, Harry.
The cupboards are full.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Harry. Inka, have you got anything to plug?
Yeah. Now I really want to promote my book or our book.
Not ours.
Not ours, but I didn't write it alone. I write it with my friend Taika Manla.
Taika.
And
do you think Taika likes me, or do you think she feels like I'm stepping in on her sort of? She's the original Inka co-host, and now I'm trying to be like, "Hi, I'm Inka's co-host." Do you think that she's upset by that?
Honey, you're not the first co-host. Taika is not the first co-host.
There's been others before us.
Yes, I've been around podcast area.
And what happened to them?
Well, I had a podcast with Eve Kulmala, who is a famous comedian right now, and this is what happened to me.
This spells good stuff for me.
Yeah. I'm like always the bridesmaid, never the bride type of co-host. No, but yeah.
I don't think so on this one. I think you are very much dressed in white from head to toe with a veil on, my love.
You've met Gaga.
That is true.
I went mushroom picking. It's like... well, intokustannus.fi, you can pre-order Bimboficatio for a cheap price of $29.90. This is mostly for our Finnish listeners.
And you said the price wrong. It's actually cheaper than that.
$24.90. It's not that much.
That's not that much at all.
How come? I googled it today.
You said $29.90 first.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, it's my dyslexia that I just made up now. If you're dyslexic and offended, read again. I didn't say that.
Okay. It's a funny day, isn't it? Odd day.
You can pre-order Bimboficatio for a cheap price of €24.90. The book comes out at 28th of September. That can be yours.
Wow, a month and a half till book's out.
Yeah.
Very, very exciting. If you're into watching someone like me have a cook, then you can watch that if you want. Wrestle in the Kitchen on Instagram. And if you want to see me doing some gaming, twitch.tv/Travis Glossup. There's lots of fun to be had on the internet if you can find it in certain corners.
Hey, talking about the weird stuff on the internet, did you see the high schoolers or upper secondary schoolers that were camping outside schools?
Where I live is right across from a school. I'm not going to name the school. But yesterday, they were all camped outside the school and they were singing songs and they were harmonizing. Yep. And they were like, apparently it's first day of school today as we record this. Yeah. And the tradition is that they all camp outside the school before they go to school for the first day. That is so great.
It's so cute.
They were having such a lovely time.
I remember when I was in upper secondary school, in the last class is called Abi. When I was there, my classmates were camping outside as well. I didn't do it. Not a big fan of camping, but they did it, and it was fun. And it was an art school. I thought it was part of the art school scene, but now it's all around.
Is it?
Yeah, it's all across Helsinki and probably Finland too.
Right. I thought it was just a specific to like this area thing.
Oh.
Right. Oh, that's good. I like that. I like those school things like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what this makes me think? We should probably talk about school at some point.
let's talk about school next week.
Let's do school. Let's do education. Yeah. Let's do memories. Memories.
Hey, should we ask something about people about their school years or stuff like that? Because we don't record the school episode now.
That's true. Mm-hmm. We're doing live planning, everyone.
Welcome to our Zoom meeting. Is this mic on? Did you have any nicknames for your teachers?
That's really good. If you had a nickname for teachers at your school, let us know. Go to our Instagram, slide into our DMs, can I finish, or email us. You know the email address, I've said it a million times. Let us know. I had a teacher who had a very specific nickname. And as a little tease, I'm going to tell you next week. So come back. So come back to hear that.
What an amazing cliffhanger. Hey, thanks for this episode.
Thank you. Thank you for the brownie.
You're very welcome. There weren't any poisonous mushrooms in there if you were suspecting that.
Makes it sound like there was. Am I high?
My foraging technique is fuck around and find out.
Okay, it's probably best that we turn these mics off now because I might say something outrageous. Okay, bye now.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Can I Finish? Please subscribe to Can I Finish? Please, okay? On Insta, TikTok, podcasts, Spotify, all that jazz wicka. Music in this episode comes from Matt Large and Sarah, the instrumentalist, courtesy of Epidemic Sound. Our artwork is by Peppercini. Thank you.
Travis is a baby mouth. A baby mouth.